So now, just coming on to like thinking about the future, because we mentioned Race Across America a couple of times. Now, I mean, you've taken on some big challenges. I mean, I think Race Across America, I mean, look, just first of all, touching on what you had to go through to qualify for it. Because I'll be honest, that I think almost is tougher, I think, in some ways. But
yes, it's so Race Across America is known as the world's toughest bike race, and it isn't called that for no reason. So you have to, if you want to do it as a soloist, you have to qualify, you have to be good enough. And so the qualification is in the UK, Revolve 24 at Brands Hatch, or, well, that's, I think, the only UK one actually at the moment. There's a couple in Ireland that you can do.
Chiltern 100, maybe?
Sorry?
The Chiltern's 100?
No, sadly not yet. Maybe in the future. So yeah, we sort of touched on Revolve 24. Unfortunately, because of COVID, that couldn't happen. So they made it virtual on a cycling app called Full Gas, which is an equivalent to Zwift, but it's more real life videos rather than game. We had to ride round 6 iconic racetracks, so Silverstone, Brands Hatch, Monaco, Nürburgring, and the Bend in Australia. I think that's 6. And we had to do that, and we had to clock up 600 kilometres in 24 hours. Wow. Don't ask me how many miles that is because I've forgotten.
Lots.
400
many,
something, isn't it?
Many.
Yeah. And I was about 15k short of the qualifying distance, and I was so gutted. And that was, I think, in the August of 2019. No, 2020? Yeah, 2020. And then in January 2021, the Virtual World Time Trial Championships, which are normally held in Borrego Springs in California, came around, and that was another opportunity to qualify. And I qualified by a humongous 5 kilometres. I did 605.6 kilometres in 24 hours, which is insane.
Let's face it, right? They obviously want to check that people they're not going to be sweeping up sort of like bones or finding people like months later somewhere strewn across America. So they obviously want to make sure that you can do it, but you if you can do 585, you can probably do 600. Let's say it's that one. So quick question on that, actually. Right. So you're on your bike.
Yes.
In the house.
Yes.
Which I think, as I was saying earlier, I think is tougher because you've got the opportunity to just get off and just like sod this, right? For a game of soldiers, I'll do something different, right?
Yes.
So you've got all of that going on, and then you get to 585, not 600.
Yeah.
How do you, or how quickly, how do you turn that round from the inevitable, what the fuck, to actually I've learned something, I can take it forward? How do you do that?
Blogging's been a big thing for me. So my brain is quite chaotic, and I need either to talk about it or to write it down to try and kind of condense all these mess of thoughts going around in my head into something that's coherent. So like you just said, I think knowing that I could do 585 or whatever it was that I'd got so close to, it did make me think, well, do you know what? I know what I've done. I can definitely do that again. I've just got to go a little bit faster or stop a little bit less. Because I rode Revolve 24 thinking, right, I'm going to do 4 hours, get off for 20 minutes, do another 4 hours, get off. And then I quickly realised as I was doing that I was wasting an awful lot of time by getting off the bike, and actually going to the toilet is a big time waster. So became more efficient at doing that. And 2 litre Coke bottles become a very handy tool in your armoury for any indoor cycling challenges. Cut a hole out of the side, otherwise it gets messy.
There's a hole out on the side, but then it runs
at the top. At the top. Or cut the top off completely. But it was just that goal thing of well, I know I can kind of nearly do it, so I must be able to do it. So, right, let's just get back onto the training, and I've got a coach, and Pav's really great at helping me process and push, and then say, right, you've had enough rest now. let's go again, and we get back on and we build up and push, and we just keep kind of having those little milestones along the way, so
excellent.
So good to hear.
Awesome. So that was the qualification. Now, how's your preparation going at the moment then? Because it's coming up in June, isn't it?
That's
this
right,
year?
Yeah, June this year. Yes.
This year? I mean, how's the preparation going for it?
1 second. How long is it actually? Like, is it 3,000?
Yeah, Race Across America is 3,000 miles. You start in Oceanside, California, on the pier, and you ride all the way across to the East Coast. Yeah, east, isn't it?
Yeah, left to right.
Yeah, left to right. And you finish in Annapolis, Maryland, which people keep telling me I say wrong, so I apologise if anyone's American or knows people in Maryland. I'm sorry. But
don't apologise to Americans about the pronunciation, by the way. They call Buckinghamshire.
Yeah,
Sorry.
True. So you do these 3,000 miles, and that alone, distance-wise, is tough. But the reason Race Across America is known as the toughest bike race is because you have to do it in 12 days to be an official finisher. So it's not just the distance, it's the time, but also it's the elevation. You have every kind of weather condition as well. So, you go across the Rockies, you've got Wolf Creek Pass, which is 10,000 feet on its own of climbing. So, and then right at the end of the thing, you've got the Appalachians, which is like sawtooth climbing. So,
and you've also got, you've got pretty hot weather.
Yeah.
You've got sort of like, so hot enough to be worrying about where am I going to get my water, almost.
Yeah.
You've got woodland where you're going to be having bears and tigers attack. Not tigers. Obviously.
Monkeys.
Which country were we in? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Don't worry me even more.
So you're going to have, bears and wolves. Let's go for that one. No, you're going to have, different challenges there. And then you move on, and then you've got, cold weather and things. So, wow, that planning all those different eventualities and what you carry and keeping it lightweight and stuff. So,
well, thankfully, that's the beauty of Race Across America. So it's a straight race. So Trans Am is self-supported.
Yep.
Same, it goes across America, but Race Across America is you have to have a crew. So you have to have someone following you at all times, apart from the few places where you can't, and they're short stretches. So we'll be taking a crew.
Shall we do that? Shall we do it be an additional crew?
So
let's get like a camper van.
So for watchers and for listeners, right? When Guy arrived, it took us a good 30 minutes just to work out how to use our own equipment, right? The chances of Guy, if there's something that would make Guy ride faster, it's the idea that we were his support crew. He'd be like, if I don't finish quick, right, they are not going to make me through this. But so who is your support crew?
Okay, let's skip the idea.
So I've got a small team. As I sort of said, I'm self-funding this, so cost minimization is a key part of my strategy, without doing it on a shoestring and making it really crap. But yeah, Pav, my coach, is and Chris Drush, they're my crew chiefs. Between the two of them, because they're working shifts essentially. So, and then I've got Matt Seward, who's a fellow ultra distance cyclist and frankly a better cyclist than I am. So I'm really grateful for him and his support, and a few other guys and girls that we'll bring along. So it's going to be a ragtag crew of super ambitious, super fun and happy people.
Brilliant.
And then give it 24 hours and it'll be super fun still.
It will be.
With tears and
hot
weather.
Do you know what? The thing is, I tell you what, the thing is, if you don't go along and support someone unless you are there for them and to see them do it. So you've obviously got a group there that they're there, they know you can do it, which is
hopefully.
Great.
It's
absolutely.
It's I'm just riding the bike. Those guys are going to have an equally tough job keeping themselves alive and me and feeding everyone, and like you said, make sure we've got water, but ice as well, and just all the things that come with it. Driving an RV for 3,000 miles is not a thankless. It is a thankless task, frankly.
Yeah.
So it's tough.